In this Clash of Clans video, we're going to show you the top 3 Town Hall 9 attack strategies for 3 stars right now. We're going to break down each and every one of these strategies so that you have a better opportunity at getting the 3 stars for your clan. We will work our way up from number 3 to number 1, the best attack strategy in Clash of Clans for Town Hall 9. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, starting off here at number 3, it pains me to say, but it is the Hog Riders. Now the reason that it pains me is because it's one of my favourite attack strategies. Who remembers when Clan War Leagues first came out, Town Hall 9 being one of them top Town Hall levels, and the Hog Riders was one of them go-to super strong strategies. However, when you are using it, you're always going to try and take out the enemy queen and the enemy clan castle. Joe gets that done at the north of the base here. Now I know what you're thinking, why are they at the side of the base? But it is to try and lure you into a false sense of security. Look at the high HP storages here, which take time in order to get down. Essentially that could distract our queen. Meanwhile the Lava Hound, when that pops, is going to distract her as well. We have the enemy queen alongside the archer towers doing damage, but Joe doesn't fall for that, gets enough troops in, not too many, but enough to overwhelm this area, take out the top side of the base here, gets that CC and the queen. Again, they are very important for the Hog Riders, and as they move down here, you can notice the 2 wizard towers. Obviously any splash damage that you can get to protect away from Hog Riders are going to be important. Guys, if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans videos. I do try and break these attacks down for you, and click that notification bell so you do not miss out. Now for any Hog Rider attack, you are trying to take down, again, them key objectives, clan castle and queen. Try and get them. If you can, the enemy king is also a bonus, but you're also trying to take out an area of the base. We've done that at the top here to then control Hog Rider pathing through the base. So as we play here, you can see how the Hog Riders came in from 2 different angles. The heal spells are obviously used, but as they move through the base, we have to reinforce this southern portion. Now that's because our kill squad was not deep enough to get into the center and take down these defenses. So any Hog Riders coming through here will move to the center, and we want to then bring in more from 6 o'clock to then merge them together here. And again, when they then merge, that's when you will then have a heal spell. So it depends on how much of the base you take out initially. If you just take out a small section, you can still control Hog Rider pathing obviously tremendously compared to if you don't take out any of the base, but you'll probably just have to be a bit more surgical in comparison to if you press right into the middle of the base with your kill squad and then just bring a big group of Hog Riders around the side. I'd recommend a bigger kill squad initially as you're getting used to it, and just the Hog Riders around the edge. But if you do need that surgical approach, you have seen it in this example. You also want to bring in them cleanup troops as well. So we have wizards from the opposite side. As soon as the Hog Riders take out the defenses here, get these wizards in. You do not want to fail on cleanup. You do not want to time fail. But let's move across to attack strategy number 2. The number 2 attack strategy, it is the Lavaloon, and that is because there is a better strategy. Now because the Lavaloon is number 2, we're going to show you 2 different attack strategies to teach you this before we move on to that best attack strategy. Now some might argue that the Lavaloon is the best. It can probably take down any base design, but it does require a lot of skill as well. You want to bring in a kill squad similar to that Hog Rider attack, which we are doing tremendously here, setting up that funnel, bowlers and queen coming into the base. Now all of the attacks in this video are by Lannister Gold, many of them from their GML, that is the German Midweek League. They were crowned champions, guys. Massive GG to them. Leave a like on this video and drop some love for them down in the comments. And I also want to show my thanks for letting me come across and recap some of their attacks. Again, GG guys. massive congrats on the victory. But the Lavaloon portion, and don't worry guys, again, we've got another attack that we'll show you. You essentially are taking out a section of the base with that kill squad so that you can control your Lavaloon. Again, the balloons are similar to the Hog Riders. They are defense targeting troops. So that way, if you take out a section of the base, you can control their pathing through defenses, and it's obviously a lot easier. Now, it's a little bit more technical than the Hog Riders, but in my opinion, it is tremendous at Town Hall 9. You can rewind and watch the replay of this attack again, but I will show you another one in order to break it down a little bit more. But similar to the last one, have a couple of cleanup troops. For the Lavaloon, again, any ground attacks or any ground traps, might not be set off, so minions will probably be your best bet. Let's break down that second Lavaloon attack for you by the same attacker as well, GG. This one is in a separate war, but it was another replay that I could break down for you. So with the Lavaloon, similar to the Hog Riders, you want to have some level of kill squad. That might be just suicide heroes. That just means sending in your king and queen to take out a small section of the base. Any value you can get, fantastic, and create pathing for your Lavaloon. So if we can take out this area again, think about the Lalo and that it's basically not going to have to go to this northern area of the base, so we can therefore control the Lalo through that. I did mention the Queen and CC is something you need to try and take, but look at this base design again. Bit of a trap down here. Look, all of these high HP storages are going to be a pain for you to get through. We've got cannons, archer towers, everything shooting, the CC coming out as well. That's an incredibly difficult area to get to, but notice how we have a skeleton spell, in order to help us get through the queen. So for the Lalo attack, once you've created that area of the base where you can now control your loons, you're going to put lava hounds to the air defense from separate angles. You're then bringing in balloons to each of the defenses around that with the haste spells in order to power the balloons quickly through them defenses. That aims to protect the hounds as well. You're gonna have to potentially come into a sweeper, but if you can, obviously come behind it, and you want your rage spell next to the queen and with the skeleton spells. Misplaced it slightly on this one and they get caught on the king, but not to worry, the lava pups are going to help out, and that rage spell does a second job as well of just powering the balloons past the queen. Now if you come to wizard towers on the back end, they are splash damage defenses, and as much as you can bring in the loons surgically over on the start of the base, as you get through to the end, they're going to clump up unless you've got more in your arsenal in order to bring across. So you're going to need spells, whether that be a heal or another haste. You need to get to them wizard towers fast, or again, just bring an extra loon or two over to the other side in order to distract it as your main pack comes through. Swagged a rage in this one, and a beautiful demonstration of the Lavaloon. But let's move on to the best attack strategy, number 1 for Town Hall 9. The number 1 attack strategy, the best one for Town Hall 9, is the Witches. Many of you might have guessed this, but they are still incredibly strong. Now, some might argue that the Lavaloon is stronger. It's definitely more skill-based, and it can still take down pretty much any base, but so can the Witches. It's a lot more user-friendly to do, and let's break that down for you. There's a couple of different variations of it, but essentially, you're swooping in Witches from one area of the base to swipe all of the way through to the other side. Now if you can integrate a couple of healers on either side, that is ideal to help your witches as they move around the base. Basically, if your healers are out of range of the air defense and you can protect your healers to keep the witches alive, then potentially go for this method, because as you can see, we have a bit of a 3-pronged attack. We have witches coming around the right and the left side, outside and the main pack coming through the center. Essentially, that keeps the main pack through the center. They're not distracted too much to the outside, and also it really just helps to take out them defenses on the inside of the base, but right to the perimeter. Now, if you do have access to bowlers in the clan castle, they are going to be your best bet. When you get them into the middle of the base, they will tear it up. Alongside the king and the queen, you really can't go too far wrong. If you don't have them, Valkyries are a good alternative. Again, look at the witches on the outside here, maintaining the fire of the bowlers through the base. They're not drawn down here. They're maintaining their fire through the base, and everything is working together. We have lost the queen on this one. For some reason, she's gone over the other side of the base. But again, not to worry. This tends to happen as long as you get that initial push correct of your funnel with the witches and the main pack through the middle. After that, you tend to be okay, depending on where the troops go. The skeletons from the witches just continue to spawn, and as long as you wipe out the core of the base, they can shoot across to any defenses just on the perimeter here. And as you get down to the end of it, the more skeletons you have, the more the witches are protected. Let's show you a different variation of the witches though, so that you know how to use it. So the other way to use the witches is with the golems. Now, clearly for this base look, the air defense here would be a bit more tricky for the healers. So essentially you're taking the golems to tank that little bit more, and it just depends on the amount of point defense on the outside of the base. On this one, there's only a couple of them, so the witches can actually get through that. But if you need to, and you have these defenses on the outside you can lock a golem to, you can actually send one golem down either channel in order to protect your witches as your main pack comes through. Ideally, you want a golem in the middle as well, but it just depends on how spread out the defenses are. Again, if you can get a couple of witches on either side and there's only one defense at any one time they're taking on, the skeletons will be able to deal with that. I haven't really mentioned the spells, but essentially, as a broad idea here, if I'm going to give you like a one size fits all, take enough jump spells to get through the base. Most of the time that's 2. Notice how we do have this one a little bit further here. It just depends on your base design, but essentially you've got 2 jump spells, a rage spell early on, so that would be used as the bowlers first get into the base. Then as they get into the middle, a heal spell is always nice. However, you've got to have access through the base. So if you need to take 3 jump spells, then so be it. Have enough to get through that base, and as you can see, if you sweep from one side to the other, you are going to be golden. Now, because it's the best attack strategy, I want to show you one more attack to break this down, pull everything together for the video. So let's do that now. Here we are then, guys. I hope this pulls everything together. Again, because I'm doing a top 3 list, whenever I do videos like this, I can't go as in depth with the strategy, but I try and give you a good snapshot. If you want to see my other Town Hall 9 attacks though, head on over to my YouTube homepage, and I have playlists of the different Town Hall levels. Obviously select Town Hall 9 and you will be able to see all of the different videos I've done for Town Hall 9. I'll also link after this attack a video that breaks down just the witches, guys. But again, just look at the similarities between these attacks. We've got the witches on either side here, able to create that funnel. We've got the healers as well, and we've actually got that golem coming through the middle. Now, you might have noticed 2 air defense here, which could be in range of our healers, but you've got to remember that the healers are a ranged troop, and also we're pressing into the middle at the same time. These are going to be down before the healers ever get in range of it, so do think about that as well. If the air defense was here or here, it might have been a bit more of an issue, but it all depends on how quickly the witches could directly target that to get it down as well. Ideally though, troops on one side, troops on the other. Look at what we said before. 1 jump spell gives us access into the base. 1 jump spell here gives us access to this far compartment. We've got access right the way through the base. Rage spell, initially, that just pushes everything forward, gets the defenses down, gets the DPS the damage that you're taking a lot less. Then the heal spell. The bowlers can be quite squidgy, so you need that heal to boost them back up. Again, Valkyries are a good alternative, but if you've got access to bowlers, they are definitely the best troop. And look at how we are consistently just swooping through the base here. It's not like we have one set of troops coming all the way ahead and then we're starting the next. It is one smooth motion. As soon as you've got the funnel created on either side whereby your troops coming through the middle are not going to walk, get them in. Allow yourself to just move swiftly through the base, and if you can bring in any troops in order to help with backup, then do that. Maybe a balloon or two might help, but that is going to wrap it up for the top 3. Again, I want to thank Lannister Gold for allowing me to come and recap some of their attacks. Again, massive GG to all of you for winning the GML. If you want to see that video though, breaking down the witches itself, the best attack strategy, it's on your screen. Definitely recommend watching that if you're interested in the witches. But until next time, guys, peace out.